Good morning to you all students. Okay, welcome back to our lesson, the subsidiary books in accountancy. Okay, the sixth chapter. Here, yesterday we have learned about the subsidiary books. They are the book of primary entry. Okay, instead of writing the transactions as journal entries, we are entering in the books, subsidiary books. What are the subsidiary books? Cash book, then purchases book, sales book, purchase returns book, sales returns book, bills receivable book, bills payable book. Okay. Then if any transaction that cannot be entered in these books will be entered as journal. They are called journal proper. Okay. We have many benefits in that we have studied yesterday. Okay. So today we are going to learn about the purchases book. That is the first subsidiary book. Okay, the purchases book. Here in the purchases book, what we enter? All the credit purchases of goods. Okay, so one thing you should understand, credit purchases. So cash purchases will not come. Okay, cash purchases will not come, and only the goods. You should think, not the assets. Any assets if we purchase, we should not enter. Okay, cash purchase and credit purchase of assets we should not enter, but only the credit purchases of goods. Here, what is the meaning goods? Goods means the items, okay, that the business entity is dealing. Okay, what they are dealing. If they are dealing with the furniture, they are purchasing and selling furniture means furniture is their goods. Okay, but if they deal with the grocery items, so that grocery items will be their goods. Some other concerns, okay, textile, that cloths, okay, textile materials, those textile things will be their goods. Okay, so the other one, any other asset we know we are using for the use, but here we are purchasing this one for the selling purpose. Okay, so only that items that we purchase for selling purpose, for the purpose of resale, the items that we purchase only is defined as goods. Okay, so those goods, if we purchase on credit only, we have to enter in the purchases book. So now you just tell me, cash purchases of goods where we should enter in the cash book. Okay, then cash or cash purchases of asset also we will write in the cash book, isn't it? Then credit purchase of assets where we have to enter in the journal proper. So you should know, in the purchases book we should enter only the credit purchases of goods. Only this sentence you should know very well. Okay, credit purchases of goods. Here no cash purchases, no purchase of assets. Okay. Now we will see the format. Okay, what is the format? Here you have to use only one page, okay, in the notebook. Here around 5 columns, okay. 5 column means amount 2 column, okay. So I consider that one as 1. Then first one date, then particulars. Here before LF we have one more column, invoice number, okay, invoice number and LF. Here you should know now what is invoice. Okay, so now you have understood what are the that columns that we have to draw to prepare the purchases book. In the middle you have to write in the books of. Then next line, purchases book. Okay, now date, particulars, invoice number. One small column only, invoice number, LF, ledger folio. When we post this one, this total in the account, purchases account, we will fill this column. Then amount with the 2 column, inner column details, outer column total. Okay, so now let us learn about the invoice. What is invoice? What is invoice? We call it as, in short, bills. Okay, or a statement. Who will prepare this invoice? It is prepared by the seller to the buyer with all the details of the products that they purchase. Okay, then everything will be there in the invoice. Name of the person who is selling, Okay, the seller details, buyer details, then the product details. Okay, what is the description of the goods, then quantity, then rate, then amount, then any discount. Okay, all the details will be available in the invoice. Okay, so at the time of purchasing, we are that when we enter in the purchases book, this invoice number should be written, because based on this invoice only we enter all the details. Okay, the date, then particulars, then details, total. Okay, so invoice or the bill is the source document for preparing the purchases book. And sales book also, when the seller he will enter in the sales book. Okay, the buyer will enter in the purchases book. For these both the books, what is the source document? The invoice or the bill. In short, we call bill. Okay, or statement. Now, in the invoice, one item will be there, the trade discount. Okay, at last, if the purchaser purchase for more quantity, more amount, the seller will reduce 1%. Okay, that is called trade discount. Okay, so now let us learn about what is trade discount. Okay, what is trade discount? It is a deduction given by the seller to the buyer on the list price of the invoice. Okay, the total price, gross amount. Then we will deduct that one from the invoice price, and the net amount only will be shown in the invoice. Okay, the net amount will be shown in the invoice. Okay, that is called trade discount. Okay, the reduction given by the seller to the buyer on the list price. Okay, so the net amount will be shown in the invoice. So why they give, why it is called a trade discount? It is, this discount is given as a trade practice. That is why it is called trade discount. Okay, why they provide this discount? In order to encourage the buyers to buy in large quantity. Okay, in order to promote the purchases, to purchase more. Okay, because to sell more quantity, the seller is giving this trade discount. Okay, it is a trade practice, that's why it is named as trade discount. And we have learnt already, it is a deduction from the invoice price. Okay, in the invoice price they are reducing this one, and the net amount only will be shown in the invoice. Okay, that net amount only will be recorded in the books of accounts, but trade discount is not recorded in the books of accounts. Okay, not the gross amount, net amount. After deducting the trade discount, what amount comes, that is called net amount. That is what entered in the books of accounts. Okay, hope you might have understood what is trade discount and what is purchases book. Now let us see the illustration. Okay, see the illustration now. Record the following transactions in the purchases book of Shanti Furniture Mart. So in that book you have to check. Okay, here Shanti is the Shanti Furniture Mart. So they will purchase and sell what? Furniture. Okay, so don't think if they purchase furniture that is asset. No, they are dealing with the furniture. Okay, so date given, purchased from Mogan Furniture Mart, Madurai. The description of the goods given, less trade discount given. Then another day, purchased for cash. Shall we enter this one? No, because we purchased this one for cash, so this will not come. Okay, then next one, bought from Ramesh Company, Rayapetai. 2 stools, 10 rolling chair, delivery charges, everything. Okay, then 20, purchased 2 computers. What is computer? Asset, so don't write. Okay, asset. Then purchased from Kamal and Co. Karaikal. Chair, steel cabinet. Okay, this one okay. Less trade discount. Then the last one you see. Purchased from Gemini and Sons Chennai 2 typewriters. What is typewriters? That is here asset, isn't it? Only the furniture what they purchase only what? That is their goods. Okay, so here it is not goods. Now you see in the books of Shanti Furniture Mart, purchases book or we can write purchase journal. Okay, date, particulars, invoice, LF, then that is given details and total. Okay, first one you see date written, then Mohan Furniture Mart, Madurai, then 20 chairs at the rate of 450 each. In the details column we have entered. Then 2 tables, 1000, so 2000. Then add and write 11,000. From there we have to deduct the trade discount 10%, 1100. So write the net amount in the total column. Then March 7, Ramesh and Co. Rayapete. Okay, 2 stools and 10 rolling chair. Write in the inner column. Then add delivery charges. Okay, delivery charges will be that charged to the buyer only. Okay, 3,150. Then Kamal and Co. Karaikal 10 chair. Then 15 steel cabinets less trade discount. Then only we have to add the packing and delivery charges. Okay, after adding packing and delivery charges we should not give discount. Okay, only on the that list price we have to give trade discount, then only add packing and delivery charges. Now add everything and write here purchases account debtor. Okay, this we have to write. This is what we are going to post. Okay, we will post in the purchases account. Purchases account we will write to sundry debtors account. Okay, that we will see when we are posting. Okay, now shall we see the have you understood? Now the cash purchases and purchase of assets will not come. Okay, only credit purchases of goods. That you have to first identify, then you do. Okay, students. Now we will see the exercise. See, the first exercise. Enter the following transactions in the purchases book of Mrs. Subhashri. Okay, in which they deal with electric goods. Okay, electric goods they are dealing, so they are the goods. First one, purchase, whether what and all will come, what will not come, we have to identify. Okay, purchased goods from Karthik Electric Company on credit. Okay, so this will come, isn't it? Purchased on credit from Khaitan. Okay, electric heaters, goods only. Purchased from Polar Electric Company on credit, 10 fans. Okay, they are also goods. And purchased from M & Co for cash. Okay, this cash, it will not come. So only 3 items will come. Okay, now we will see how it is done here. In the books of Mrs. Subhashri. Okay, then next line, purchases book. Only single page only we should use. Okay, date, particulars, invoice number, LF, then amount, details, total. Okay, first one, date you write. Now write the supplier name, Karthik Electric Company. Okay, that you write. Then write the description. 10 iron box at the rate of rupees 2,500. How much we will get? 25,000. Okay. Then 5 stoves at the rate of 2000, 10,000. Okay, add and write here outer column 35,000. Then next date 19, Kaitan Electric Company 3 heaters at rupees 6,000, 18,000 in the outer column. Okay, if we have two or more, then we can write in this inner column. Otherwise, directly write in the outer column. Then 25, Polar Electric Company 10 fans at the rate of 2,000, 20,000. Now you add and write. Okay, 73,000. So here purchasers account debtor. Okay, purchasers here you should write. Okay, left side purchasers account, here debtor. Okay, students, hope you might have understood this purchasers book. Now we will mark the question answers. Okay, question answers. What is purchasers book? 102. Then give the format of purchasers book. So 2 question answers. Same page, 102. Okay. See, in 102, purchasers book. Here. Okay, purchasers book is a subsidiary book in which only credit purchases of goods are recorded. Okay, then when business, okay, that sentence alone, okay, that sentence fully, then goods here mean, second point, goods here mean the items in which the business entity is dealing. That is the second point. Okay, then the third point you see here, purchases of assets and purchase of goods for cash, okay, are not entered in the purchases book. So totally 3 points. Okay, then you mark the format. Format is the first question in the 3 mark. Okay, format of purchases book. Okay, now you study this one. Then invoice also we have studied, isn't it? We will mark now. Invoice. Invoice is not there. Last question you see. What is an invoice? Okay, 103. That you mark. Invoice is a business document or bill or statement prepared and sent by the seller to the buyer, giving the details of goods sold such as quantity, quality, price, total value, etc. Then second point, thus the invoice is a source document of prime entry both for the buyer and the seller. 2 points. Okay, students. So 3 question answers we have marked. These 3 question answers you please learn. Okay. Okay, students. Thank you very much.